Welcome to your Thursday Morning Live. Big headlines today are that daily COVID cases are hitting nearly 100,000. Job security is a big concern, and the latest big-name celebrities to be caught out by a scam. We've got all the advice on these topics and plenty to cheer you up as well.
If you're looking for something to make you smile, this man should do the trick. In fact, he's so good at boosting our moods, he should probably come on prescription.
Stop flirting.
Yeah, good morning, Dr. Zand. How are you this morning?
I'm very well. I'm glad you're reading the script that I wrote for you.
Well, as the number of people reporting symptoms of long COVID continues to rise daily, Dr. Zand will be sharing his own experiences and also taking some of your questions. We know this is something lots of people are worrying about right now, but Zand has promised to give us all some hope.
And, yeah, it was really good for the endorphins, definitely.
So lovely that they're getting together to do a dance class, isn't it, Kym?
Isn't it? Bit awkward that you didn't get an invite, though.
Exactly right. Thanks, Sam. Charming.
Billions this year to fraud, organised crime and bounce-back loans that won't get paid back. Rav's been on the case of the gang stealing thousands in our name without us even knowing.
Absolutely any one of us. So it's really important to be really vigilant about this, because that's how these scammers often work. It's the sneaky little bits that they're doing under the radar, if you like, as Sharon would have found out.
I know you're talking about mum and dad. They would definitely fall for it, I think, my parents, because they wouldn't have a clue. But it made me think this morning, wow, actually, I just think everything's fine, but maybe it's not. We've got to be careful.
Yeah, well, that's it. I think the other misconception is that you have to have done something daft in order to be scammed, you know, and that isn't the case, is it, at all? I mean, there's all sorts of different scams going on, and the one thing that I know a little bit about is the romance fraud. I've just finished filming the second series of For Love or Money, and we know for a fact that romance fraud has skyrocketed during COVID, because actually at the moment it's a scammer's dream, isn't it? Because what they go for is vulnerability and loneliness, and let's face it, that's pretty much the majority of the country right now, isn't it?
But their advice is quite simple. They sum it up as stop, challenge and protect. And to go through that, they're saying stop. If you're asked to part with some money, just take that minute, just take a moment to think about it. Is it safe to do so?
Yeah.
Challenge. Could it be fake? You know what? If something seems too good to be true, very often it is. And remember, if you're being pressured...
Now, big news today. We're hitting nearly 100,000 new cases of COVID every day in England, which could mean even more of us are at risk of suffering from long-term symptoms.
Yeah, let's get Dr. Zand over, who's getting a bit of a hard time this morning on the dating thing, but we'll talk about that maybe a bit later on, because a COVID symptom tracker app used by roughly 4 million people in the UK recently.
And you know about this all too well because you've suffered that yourself, am I right? What were your symptoms? Well, Paul's not his own, because we've heard from so many people like him who are just really confused about what this new scheme is and how it works. Can you explain it?
It's around the hours that they need you to do, that there's not a long notice period. And as long as they approve that, then you can probably just issue a simple letter that varies the contract to say that they're OK with you taking a second job.
OK, David's come in with something lots of people have been asking about, and it's a real worry.
Slightly nervous, and then I had a little pang of jealousy because I wanted to be back doing it again.
And then the nerves kick in all over again. I suppose...
Well, that sounds amazing, because, you know, so many people, particularly the fireworks subject, I think that is a big thing when it comes to our pets. Now, listen, let's go on to EastEnders then, as you've got a big storyline coming up, haven't you? We see Honey's getting her confidence back after what happened with Adam, and is she going on a date? But it's not going to quite go to plan, is it? Honestly, I'm so sad about that. I have so many childhood memories of Cannon and Ball, and Bobby Ball really reminded me of my dad. Just remind, and his catchphrase, "Rock on, Tommy."
That's the rock on, Tommy. Yeah.
I've met your dad, and I actually thought it was Bobby Ball. I actually thought, yeah, I know. He's it's sad news, isn't it? Because we've all grown up, you know, watching him.
Thank you for all the comments, Dr. Zand. You're on the spot right now, talking about long COVID. So many people have written with questions about this. It's clearly a worry for so many. People aren't clear whether they can still infect.
Add that to the list. That can be number 4.
Rav doesn't have an answer to that one.
No, I'm sure you don't.
No. Thank you, Rav. Thank you, Dr. Zand. Brilliant stuff.
Thank you. Well, that is it for today. We'll be back tomorrow with repair shop star Will Kirk.
Yeah, we'll be in the garden with Gardener's World's Mark Lane.
And we've got an end-of-week treat that's almost guaranteed to make you cry, but in a happy way. See you tomorrow.